Hey, it's Jeff Ondash, and we're back with Out and About, and this is one of my favorite places to come to, Easy Street Productions. It's on Mahoning Avenue going into downtown Youngstown, and for over 20 years, they've done a special thing for moms every Mother's Day, and this year is going to be no different. And they're actually going to be bringing back one of their very, very first productions, and I'm sure you know this guy over here, Jim.
No, that was my character in Pump Boys and Dinettes. Yeah. Although most people do think I'm still Jim from Pump Boys, but it's actually Todd Hancock of Easy Street Productions, also known as Maureen Collins' sidekick at Easy Street Productions.
And set builder and designer and clothes and
director, and candy counter supervisor.
Your ego just will not let you not do things, will it?
Well, if I didn't do them, then I'd have to pay someone to do them. So, so that's always the problem.
Oh, so you keep all the money yourself? That's what it is. Well, it's a scam. That's what it is.
I don't have any money to pay anyone else to do them, so we do them all ourselves around here.
All right, so we've got, if you could tell if you've not seen this production before, but Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
It's a mouthful.
Yes, it is, and it's Andrew Lloyd Webber's, one of his very first productions.
It really is. It started out, it's got a great history with Easy Street Productions, but the story of how Joseph began, he wrote it as a concert for a children's choir in England, and never really intended it to be anything more than just a special concert. And then over the years, of course, Broadway producers grabbed a hold of it, and they wanted to make it bigger and better. And I think it opened in the early 80s on Broadway. It didn't run for very long, but over the past 30 years, it's turned out to be one of his most popular shows. It just finished a tour with Ace Young from I can't remember, The Voice, I believe he won on, and DeGarmo, I think. But anyway, it was a real popular tour, and we've been trying to do this show for the past 2 years to do our 20th anniversary reunion because this was the first Mother's Day offering we gave down at Powers Auditorium back in 1994. And the cool thing about it is we've been doing a Mother's Day big musical on Mother's Day weekend ever since. And when it came about that the royalties for the show were available again, we applied for it. And the first thing we did, we started calling all the people who were in the original one from back in 1994, because we're a little older now. We're 22 years older. So
it took us 8 minutes to get up these things.
I know. Well, yeah, I play Pharaoh of Egypt, which everything's got kind of a modern twist in this show. So the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, is Elvis. And so it's a Pharaoh, with the whole Egyptian look, but he's in an Elvis jumpsuit with the full Elvis garb. So it's something that I'm very familiar with.
You just can't let that one go.
It's not a stretch at all to see me in doing this role, but it's one of the first times I ever did Elvis. So this is kind of what spawned all of my other little Elvis spin-offs. But we've got a lot of great people that were involved in the very first production. Anita Lynn, who used to be the artistic director and president of the Ballet Western Reserve, is coming back into town to do the show. Her husband, and also a big name in theater, but really the Democratic Party in town, is Mike Morley, is coming in. He's doing the show as well. Of course, Maureen Collins, partner at Easy Street, she's the narrator. James McClellan, I got to mention the star. I mean, Joseph himself, been in several shows with Easy Street, but he's returning into the role of Joseph. His brother and sister, Eric and Janine, are in the show. We've got a lot of the original brothers that were in the show. The lead singer, Mark DeVecchio from the house band, who just kind of retired the house band New Year's Eve, famous band in town for the past 30 years. Yeah. He's in the show. Khalid Tabara, who's the lead singer for The Zoo, another big popular band in town. He was in our original production in '94. He's coming back. So we've got a lot of great. It's kind of, we call it our Technicolor reunion show.
And this is going to happen over Mother's Day weekend at the same place, same bat time, same bat channel, everything.
This year it happens to fall on the exact same dates when we did it back in 1994, but it'll be May 6th, 7th, and 8th at the Dior in the Powers Auditorium, the big theater there. And so we got 2,000 seats, plenty of room for anybody that wants to come down. But the shows are Friday and Saturday at 7:30. We also have a special Mother's Day matinee at 2:30. So it's what we found anyway is it's a perfect excuse to get your mom out. Matter of fact, most years, and I'm assuming it's going to happen again this year, Jeff Crystal even has a big Mother's Day buffet brunch brunch. So you can bring them to the theater, eat at Overtures, take her right to the show. It makes for a great Mother's Day gift.
So what's it like now, 22 years later, to get back on the stage and you see everybody in there, and they're blocking and everything, and they're standing there, and have you done a dress rehearsal yet?
No, that usually doesn't happen until we get to the theater about a week before the show. But it's.
But to see them 22 years later now.
Well, I told them, I said, well, we should all come out on walkers right at the beginning, wheelchairs, amazingly, everybody has stayed in pretty good shape, and they wouldn't have agreed to do it otherwise. I mean, we're all definitely older, but it's a great show, and it's a lot of fun, and there's no real age limit for this show. I mean, the brothers can be however old we want to make them, but it's a great experience for everybody.
And how long of a rehearsal process will this go through? Is there going to be a lot of recall to this? Because I know it's been 22 years, but there's got to be a little bit of recall to it.
Well, it's one of those deals where we've got so many people that have done the show before, but it's not like we did it yesterday. I mean, the last time we did the show was 12 years ago. So as many as helpful it is to have the guys that have been in the show before, nobody remembers it like yesterday. So it takes as much rehearsal as any other show. Matter of fact, we had rehearsal last night. We were working on a lot of the dance numbers with my old brothers. Some of them now in 50, and then we go all the way down to 13. So we've got a wide gamut of brother ages.
A lot more bathroom breaks, I take it.
right. Instead of like Coke, we have Ensure. So that they can get a little shot of Ensure. At the snack.
Sure, and the conversation's a lot different. Instead of talking about all the nice looking ladies out there, it's probably like, oh my heart, did I tell you about that bypass?
My grandkids are coming. You got a child discount for this show? Yeah, it's
an early bird special.
No, it's the guys are great, and the neat thing about it is. So many of the guys who've done it over the years, a lot of them have moved away. There's even still some still in town, but I think 40 guys. I mean, in the show itself, there's 12 brothers, including Joseph. So there's 11 guys that are the brothers of Joseph. And this will be the 7th time we've done this production over the past 22 years. But there's about 40 guys that have played the brothers over the years. So we had a nice selection to pick from, and some luckily still in town. But a lot are coming back into town, especially for the show. The other one, the neat thing about it is Garland McFarland. How about that name? Garland McFarland. She was our original signer for the show. She signs it for the hearing impaired. She is just an integral part of the show as everyone else, and she's coming all the way back in from Kentucky to do the show. So it's neat. It's going to be a reunion.
Well, before we plug the dates one more time and end this, let's give the Little Rascals a little bit of a plug here for parents that if you're thinking about having your kids get involved in the theater, this is where you want to bring them. I'm going to let Todd talk about the Little Rascals, which is probably the best program you can get involved in the Mahoning Valley.
It really is, and I can say that because I'm not the one that's in charge of that. Maureen Collins is, so I can say that without patting myself on the. She's fantastic.
They don't come much more talented than she is.
No, and she gets along with the kids. It's unbelievable. Matter of fact, we have Little Rascals that are in Joseph. They actually have a Little Rascal chorus that comes on and does a lot of the numbers in the show. But to get involved with that, we've actually partnered up with the Dior Performing Arts Center down at Powers Auditorium. They have this beautiful studio space that's right above, as you walk in the box office there at Powers, there's this beautiful studio space. It's got these large studios that we do rehearsals in. The kids go up there for 6-week workshops, and they end with a big final performance for the parents right in the Ford Auditorium, the 600-seat theater, for their final performance. So it's a way for kids to not only work with, I believe, the best in town as far as, training for the singing and the acting, but they also get to experience what it's like to be on a real stage, real theater, lights, and in front of an audience by the end of the workshop. And we've got plenty of workshops coming up. We've actually scheduled 3 more workshops between now and the end of the year. So if anyone wants to find out about our Little Rascal musical theater workshop program, they can email us at easystreetshows@aol.com or check out our website at easystreetshows.com. And there's registration forms, and they'll tell you all about it and how to get involved.
And once again, showing your age by your AOL.com address.
Exactly.
If you got that, you're old. That's still mine too.
That shows how long we've been around, people. We were around before the internet. That's right.
All right, so let's give the dates one more time for Joseph.
It is this Mother's Day weekend. It runs May 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday and Saturday, 7:30. Sunday is at 2:30. There's great seats available. You can get them online by visiting the Dior website. That's just go to youngstownsymphony.com. You can call up the Dior box office and make reservations that way too. Their number is 330-744-0264.
And if you show up there and see this, you're going to have a great time. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And you're going to be doing one other thing, and that's supporting local theater in the Mahoning Valley. And there's nobody better to do it with than Todd Hancock and Maureen Collins and all the great people involved at Easy Street Productions. So that's going to do it, Todd. Thank you, sir. Break a leg, and we're going to see you again real soon with another episode of Out and About. You take care.